What's up, y'all? Welcome to my channel. It's just Rhonda. I'm just really late. I am really late. It's Friday, and we're gonna be watching this next episode of Ready to Love tonight. So yeah, it's you know what? This Christmas holiday has had a chokehold on me. I don't know why. It's not because I've been extremely busy. I don't know if I'm the only one that feels like this, but it seems like everybody that I talk to honestly has been talking about how strange this holiday was. I don't have no little babies in my house, so I didn't have anybody, anybody's fantasies to fulfill, Santa Claus dreams and all that. It was actually quite blessed. My family and I had a very chill day. We ate a lot, we slept a lot, we relaxed a lot, we chilled a lot. And so that's really all I can ask for. Now I'm, got to get out of that relaxation mode because it was very much needed. And we ain't done yet. We still got this whole New Year's thing, but I ain't got plans for New Year's. Woohoo! Happy New Year. We'll get to that. Anyway, that's not an excuse. That's just me telling you like what's been going on. I can make up all kinds of stories how the holidays has had me all kinds of busy, but it really hasn't. Has had me in a mental chokehold. And yeah, so that being said, like I said, I'm glad I was able to enjoy and relax and kind of reboot. I'm a Capricorn, so that's right. I'm a Capricorn. So I think, tend to get in this mood every December, every end of the year. It's just time to throw things away, get rid of things that you don't need anymore, start the year off fresh because this is where we start. So yeah. Did I ask y'all to like the video? If I did, like the video. If I didn't, like the video and subscribe to my channel. We're going to get into Ready to Love Mega Move Season 1, Episode 11. So, the episode always starts with Tamika having a little conversation with the girls. We started here. Zadia says Sharice was picking on her. And Sharice says she don't really want to talk about it because she hasn't had a whole lot of time to prepare herself to have this discussion. And I really don't care. This is not what I'm here for. Nobody really expected y'all to get along. So, I mean, girl, let's get to what we came here for. So the men arrive. And everyone seems happy enough to see their keeper, except Ashley. Ashley seems super irritated, and Dawn seems a little uncomfortable. Sharice took it upon herself to call out Dawn for letting his friend attack Ashley, and did. And he brought that girl there, to get in Ashley's ass. We all witnessed it, and Dawn, what you got to say about that? Let's get to these conversations, these last bullshit conversations. Zadia and Cam, they have a private conversation. Zadia said that she's a fixer and that she attaches herself to situations that require her to do more than she should have to do. Maybe that's true. I don't know Zadia, so I can't say whether that's a thing that she does or whether it's a thing that she doesn't do. But one thing is for sure, Cam doesn't need fixing. There's nothing wrong with him necessarily. You know what I mean? I feel like there's nothing wrong with Cam. He doesn't need fixing. Y'all are just not on the same page. And that's not something that needs to be fixed. That's a fact. So as soon as you realize that, then, we won't be having these stressful conversations anymore. It's honestly, at this point, we're riding to the end. Like it's the last episode, so Cam been here this whole time. Like all of them, not just Zadia, all of them. Whoever you got, that's who you're gonna have to keep until the reunion. Some are yes, some are no. The ones, there's only one yes, and I'm surprised that this is the yes that I'm getting. But here we are. Ashley and Don. Don asked Ashley how she's feeling, and she's like, I'm doing well. No, you're not. You already got an attitude on. You had an attitude on before he got there. I'm just saying, you woke up with an attitude. Um, she says she's doing well. I'm uncomfortable. I feel the tension in the air, child. Um, Don apologizes to Ashley for his friend's behavior. I mean, he said He said he didn't know what was going on. Don, you knew exactly what was going on. And so you apologize for her behavior, I suppose, but I feel like you already knew what your friend was. Like, we all have that friend that you're like, she can't come because she be being extra or what have you. You knew exactly what you were getting yourself into. Lakeisha was very well informed on how angry you were with your feelings that, Ashley has some type of issue with you as a person. And I mean, that's valid, but Don, stop it. Don said, I had some existing emotions that would not let me fully hear you out and hear what you were saying. And I said, what? The fuck does that mean, Donald? You had some existing emotions. What emotions? What emotions did you have? The emotions that you were pissed off that that girl said she didn't like your shoes? Say that then, Donald. Say, look, Ashley, this is how I rock my shit. If you don't like my style, then maybe I'm not the one for you. Say that. Don't get Lakeisha to come over here and cuss the lady out. Emotions. I hate it when people say weird shit that doesn't make sense. Can anybody explain that to me? I'm gonna say it one more time. Don said he has some pre-existing emotions that did not let him fully hear her out. Does that mean I was so fucking mad you had issues with my clothes and my shoes that I couldn't hardly hear because every time you run your mouth? I don't know what that means, Don. Be more clear. What was you trying to hear her out about? Hear her out about what? How you should change your way of dressing? I don't like that Donald is so willing to change for Ashley. Look at how he dresses. I mean, look at how she dresses. And I mean, I just don't feel like she dresses like anybody that should be helping somebody else out with their wardrobe. Ashley says she's unclear, and we are too. We're very unclear. We're unclear, Ashley, why you didn't just keep Kirsten, because you keep on being mean to Donald. And Kirsten is the one you want to hang out with. You ain't walking home with neither one of these guys. So you should have picked the one that you wanted to climb all over. Now, Sharice and Maurice, they have their little one-on-one, and according to Sharice, they have a very strong connection. I guess. I mean, I guess she said he was talking to her every day. So I guess, as time went on, things got better. I'm not even really sure that I remember why she let him go. She said it was communication. I personally think she did what she should have did. She played the game right. She put him on pause, make him think about it for a minute. And then, when you bring him back, he on his best behavior. She says she has some concerns about the distance, and I think that's a valid concern. You know what it is, you hear, and now you found somebody that you're connected with. So now the next step is to figure out, how do we navigate this thing from two different states? It's possible, but it has to be figured out. Both people have to be open to doing that. At least this conversation it makes sense to me. Maurice said, when you have something worth working for, you make sacrifices. And I'm like, true that, Maurice. I like it. I like the way he handled the conversation. But I mean, he is an attorney. So, as entertaining as it was watching him just eat his food in the first few episodes, we know, that he's a lawyer, and so he's not dumb. Maurice is 51. He's established in his career. He was married for 29 years, which, when somebody is married for that long, I don't know what led to the divorce. I think 30 years of his life, I mean, he was very young when he got married. So, they're, two people probably in two different places. They've raised their kids, and now, it's time for them to live their life separate. Anyway, he's not somebody like Mizell over here who's afraid of commitment. Cam is not there yet. Cam is young and just getting started. And so for the expectation of him to be able to make that decision is not it. Yeah, Zadia. That's what's missing here. Regardless to whether you like him, he's just not there yet. Bernicia and Tabari have their Tabari. Bernicia and Tabari have their last little, conversation for the night. And, he's nice. She's nice. His mama's nice. I don't think she likes that man. She keeps saying that there's a issue with communication. That's her issue with why she's not connecting 100% with Tabari. And I think maybe he knows that she's not feeling him like that. And so he might be testing her to see, like, is she gonna call him or text him? Because she says she needs to have a call or a FaceTime or a text or something to communicate with her at some point during the day. And I was like, didn't that man say he had like 4 jobs? Like, I don't know. I'm not a big FaceTime person. I always get irritated when my man is FaceTiming me because I figure just text me or call me, because if you do, then I could be doing other shit. Like if I'm FaceTiming, now I gotta sit here and look at the thing. And that's asking a lot. I'm just saying. Ashley, of course, keeps Donald. She acted like it was complete torture to even have to say the shit out loud. So I've been thinking about how bad I need protection from the person that I'm supposed to be with. And this is so hard. I've been trying to figure this out all night. I mean, I guess I'm keeping it around. I was like, well, damn. Don't do me no favors, girl. Just send my ass home if it's gonna be that much work for you to tolerate me for one more date, for God's sake. The gentlemen get to pick the last date. So they all make up, the date that they're having. So Tabari and Venetia go on. I picked a wild and crazy date for you. It's a double-decker bus. And although I feel like it was a good date, it was definitely not wild and crazy, Tabari. But his animated self is, it's part of the reason why I think she doesn't really like him, because that's why I don't like him. I mean, I don't know him to say I don't like him, but I feel like he's being goofy. I think it's a cool way to see the city, though. I want to go to New Orleans. Bucket list. It's just one of those places that I think is very cool. And if I was in New Orleans, I definitely wouldn't mind like doing the whole um double-decker bus. And it's dope to do that with somebody like, that knows the city, who's from there, and you get a different perspective than um, what a paid tour guide would give you. It's a little more personal, I think. Anyway, they go to dinner. Tabari know how to pick a good restaurant since that's his business. So they go to eat and they seem like they're having a good time. And child, my legs is folding and they're falling asleep. Sorry about the wiggling of the computer. They're enjoying the meal. They seem like they're having a good time. Vernicia's laughing, Tabari's laughing, and then next thing you know, Vernicia said, her heart is not a joke. It ain't funny. And I was like, what? I don't understand. Your heart is not a joke. Like this man, I just think this is the thing. She thinks he's very nice. Tabari is goofy and she's not attracted to that. So therefore, he's going to have to go on into the friend zone. Ashley and Donald go zip lining over gators. We have that here. It's called Gatorland. I definitely want to go zip lining, but I don't have any desire to do it over top of the swamp. It just doesn't, it's not, I don't want to. I could walk out my house any given day and walk past alligator. I do it often, depending on what time of morning it is. So yeah, I'm good on that. I'd be close enough to them in my neighborhood. I don't need to zip line over them. But this is something different from Ashley. I know she don't have this where she is. She's dramatic the whole entire time. Up the stairs. Oh my God. I can't. Anyway. I think Ashley wasn't going to like whatever Donald planned, regardless to what it was, but they ended up having a good time anyway. She just has to be extra, however, whatever she's doing. And Donald, it's a little presumptuous to think that somebody is finna go on a zip line over top of a swamp filled with alligators. I'm just saying. It was fun, and I feel like this is what a date is supposed to be. It's supposed to be fun and not always all this deep conversation. Maybe if there was a little more of that, maybe y'all should have just let the men pick the dates anyway, because it says a lot about how they do things. I fully believe that Maurice, he's good at date picking. So, because he does the shit that he likes to do. And I don't know. I just feel like maybe that's something they should have done in the first place. Like, let them pick where they want to go because the dates that the men picked were all better than the ones that we've been seeing. Um, but I do think like fun on a date is important. Every date that we've seen has been this big conversation about how we need to like get in our feelings. Let's get out of our feelings for a minute. Sharice and Maurice go horseback riding and on a picnic. This is right up Maurice's alley. I just feel like he's good at it. This is, he knows how to, Um, they're sitting there enjoying their flies and whatever was the flies flying over because it was a lot of flies. You can't have for horses and food because one thing's for sure, there's going to be lots of flies. But it was a good look, like photo shoot. Like that's why Maurice was laid all out there, and all I could think of was Joe Namath in that pantyhose commercial. So I couldn't stop. I was like, Maurice, please sit up because this whole pose that you're doing is cracking me up. Cherise started crying about her mother and her dog, how she missed them, and she was doing a lot, but Maurice was sweet and he was reassuring and he was, comforting. And I was like, oh, Maurice is a girl dad, so he's probably used to girls and other emotional things. So I think he handled that in a way that it didn't throw him off. He just was right on cue and how to handle Sharice in that moment and say the things that he needed to say. And I was like, Maurice, where you been this whole time, bro? This is not the same Maurice we were seeing. Matter of fact, Maurice makes me like Sharice more. Like when she's around him, she becomes a little bit different than that bitch that Zadia turns her into. Zadia and Sharice stay away from each other. Speaking of Zadia, her and Cam, um, shout out to Cam for promoting his business. He's like, I've been here the whole time. I'm about to do my photography business, TSD chain and everything. But he walked Zadia around. And you know what's funny? It's right up her alley. She showed up with all these clothes that, clearly are there for a photo shoot. She doesn't wear clothes that are like there for a regular day. She definitely brought her photo shoot gear. I can see how a makeup artist and a photographer would definitely like be feeling each other on an artistic level, which is very cool, which is part of the reason by why they like each other. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying they don't have anything in common. I think they both like each other. That's not the problem. The problem is she lives in wherever DC and he lives in New Orleans. And we already know because he keeps on saying the same thing every week. And Zadia is still asking this man to explain the same thing every week. Sadia, we are tired. We want you to stop asking this man the same question. We tired, girl. His answer's not going to change. It's not going to change. He keeps on saying the same thing. Zadia came here celibate. And Cam is a tall, cute, deep dimpled Big D, and that's what the Sharice said you said. We didn't know that, but Sharice said you said the man had a big D. All I'm saying is I hope you took advantage of all of those things before you go back to DC, girl, because a relationship here is not going to happen. And you can sit there, act like I haven't used or shared any of my genitals. Sometimes that's what people are there putting your life for. Maybe Cam was there to get you past your celibacy. You know what I'm saying? And now it's time for you to, move on to bigger and better things or whatever it is you're supposed to move into. Cam's not your man. He's not supposed to be your man. But girl, for God's sakes, if you like him that much and you want to sit here and act like you ain't swinging on the thing, then you can act like that. But I certainly hope you did, girl. Otherwise, this was whole waste of time. Zadia asked, what does it look like, moving forward? And he's like, I mean, we could, check on each other, what have you. Zadia, what does it look like for you? Like, I mean, what are you picturing with Cam? Because he's like repeatedly told you where he at. And I don't know what it is you have in your head, but what does it look like moving forward to you? What is the expectation that you have of him moving forward? Because I feel like he told you what it is a lot. She said her heart is saying go, and I want to know why her heart keeps telling her that. Why? I don't know why your heart keeps telling you that, girl, but don't listen to your heart this time. Cam asked her a very valid question. He asked her, would you rather I tell you everything is perfect and not follow through? Or would you rather I give you real expectations and come through? And this is what I like about Cam, because that whole thing with Tamika saying he's leading her on and all of that, no, he's not. He's been saying this the whole time. And she's like, but my heart is saying go. And we're like, why? Why your heart keeps saying that? I don't think it's your heart, girl. Be honest with yourself. He asked her, her response was, I'm with you. Are you? Are you really? She said she isn't ready to accept what he's willing to offer. And there lies the problem, girl. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. That's the problem. You're not ready to accept what he's telling you. So then what do you do? What do you do? Not keep asking him to have a different answer, because that ain't what's going to happen. It's not. He's not. They're having their last chat with Tamika Child. They over at the house. Sharice is starting to see a future with Maurice. I guess, child. I feel like it's a good match, to be honest, so far. I did not expect to see this, because they was making things seem so awkward in the beginning. But seeing how he handled her made me think he's definitely worth it. And both of them, like I said, are in a position to, like he said, if you're going to be making these sacrifices, and you can't be selfish. And so you have to figure out what that looks like. He's an attorney and he's all fluffy. And I think if he came and slid himself over to Miami, he would probably like it a lot. It just seems like his, cup of tea. See, this is the thing when you get older, you don't have to be living in one space. They can have a space in New Orleans where he can come stay there sometimes and be with his family, and vice versa. So I can see how it can work. See, Zadia, how that works, how you can see how it could work. I don't see how you and Cam could work. Do you? Yeah, your heart says so. The boy said nah. Tanisha was talking about something. I don't know what she was saying because I was distracted by her titties. So titties was just sitting there trying to jump out of the daggum little bitty things that she had covered up. And when I wasn't looking at her titties, I was looking at them earrings that look like chandeliers. Now I've been here this whole time, not talking about what Vernisha had on, but to this time, child, I don't. She said something. She said something about that man was nice. Anyway, Zadia heard the man. But she gonna do what she wants to do, just like Camille said. So Zadia, I feel like out of everyone, see, Vernisha knows that when this is over, Tabara's a rapper, she can be like, yeah, nah, we don't communicate because you ain't FaceTime me enough. And as grown as Vernisha is, I really doubt that FaceTiming is an issue for her. She got shit to do too. So Zadia, what is the purpose of that train? There's a whole lot of dress on there. You got that dress and that gloves, and that train is flowing on out the door. I didn't understand the train, girl. Where are you going? Did you wear that on the photo shoot? I don't know. Anyway, Ashley and Donald have fun. Ashley said her and Donald decided not to speak on things that they've been through. That's healthy, girl. Just sweep it all under the rug. Just push it all under the rug. It don't matter because you don't like him anyway. Vernisha said Ashley puts people's happiness in front of hers. We haven't seen that. Vernisha stopped. She said she hopes that Donald doesn't break her heart. He can't, because he doesn't have any access to her heart. She had gave the boy her heart. Pretty much she's giving him her ass to kiss. And I'm sure we're going to see that next week. She need to be worried about Donald's heart, because he has a bad habit of picking women that's more toxic than the last one he had. Donald, don't leave here and make Lakeisha your girlfriend. I don't know if that's a smart move to make. Tonight, when we're sitting watching the show tonight, and because I'm here so late and all, well, what is the decision going to be? I feel like everybody should go home but Sharice and Maurice. Everybody else go home, and let's see what Sharice and Maurice does. Not on a spinoff, though. I think they're boring, and I don't want to see them any more than I have in this last few weeks. That's it, y'all. Like the video, subscribe to my channel. We're going to watch it later. I'm going to be tweeting and the things that I have to say. And yeah, I guess I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.